Computers and where robots try to kill human survivors. That's according to a recent article published in Bloomberg titled Preparing for Robot Overlords and Communication with the Dead. It says tech companies are using movies like The Matrix to envision future trends and new business ideas. What part of The Matrix exactly were they watching? The part where machines take over? The part where humans are plugged into a virtual reality? Or was it the part where they scorched the sky to block out the sun? In what world does The Matrix become a business model? In a dark and twisted world, ladies and gentlemen, dark and twisted indeed. The article says tech companies are preparing for a world where robots try to kill humans. Big surprise! This fact is so inevitable that the next section in their article reads, Post-Human Society. Quote, in Silicon Valley, high-tech companies like Google have discussed long-term planning for a post-human society, end quote. Post-human, ladies and gentlemen, means after humans, when man merges with machine, and so humans, regular humans, natural humans will be no more. We'll have people lining up for the bug zapper, just like the way people are lining up for iPhones today. They'll promise you job security with a super brain implant to compete with the machines of tomorrow. They'll promise you a free upload to their matrix so that you can live forever. What do you think is gonna happen when they scoop out your brain and replace it with a super brain? What do you think that's gonna be like? Will it be like getting your wisdom teeth pulled? Ladies and gentlemen, when they scoop out your brain, it'll be the machine that takes over. You'll be a zombie trapped in your own body, and that's if you're lucky. They'll say, step in line and get uploaded to the matrix of tomorrow. But that won't be you in their machine when you upload. It may sound like you, it may use your voice, and it may pretend to be you, but it will never be you. The Georgia Guidestone final solution for society is the post-human agenda. Call it Agenda 2045 if you will, but the elite are not even trying to hide it anymore. In fact, their plans are all over the mainstream media. A recently approved for public release report titled Human Systems Roadmap paints this dystopian future in even more detail. It begins by describing the autonomous learning systems of tomorrow, where delegating decisions to machines becomes commonplace, where the machines become a Skynet network that runs itself with the goal of fusing its intelligence gathering capabilities with social media. Quote, full spectrum social media exploitation for information war, information operations, and strategic communication with the goal of taking over control of strategic narratives, having the capability to discern and counter competitive and hostile messaging, to know what the crowd knows, end quote. Not only will Skynet run the false flags of tomorrow, it'll run the propaganda of tomorrow, and it'll know if you've become a truther. The whole point of this Skynet will be to dominate the human domain. We've covered this before, and yet here it is again in black and white for you to look at. And their stated goal here is to unleash Skynet on the population. Have no doubt about that. That is their plan. This is Ron Johnson from Stranger Than Fiction News, and if you're listening to this, you are the Resistance.
Close your window, go back inside your house, answer the door.
It's a different world out there, folks. We've got DHS checkpoints, we have militarized police locking down cities and telling people to shelter in place. We have mass surveillance, police brutality on a scale never seen before. We have free speech zones, as opposed to zones where we don't have the free speech anymore. And now, if you want to protest, well, be prepared to be labeled a terrorist by your elected official.
These people who hold themselves out to be patriots are not. They're nothing more than domestic terrorists.
The reason things are the way they are today is because government is not your friend. The majority of people that become politicians today aren't there to make the world a better place. They're there to line their pocketbooks. That's just a fact of life. So government never has been and never will be your friend. The people that set up America in the first place knew that, and that's why they set up the system the way they did. The First Amendment to the Constitution says you have the right to free speech and to protest your government because government is not your friend. The Second Amendment says that you have the right to carry guns because government is not your friend. The Third Amendment to the Constitution says that government cannot put troops in your home because government is not your friend. The Fourth Amendment of the Constitution says that government cannot search you without a warrant specifically stating what they're after because government is not your friend.
No.
The Fifth Amendment says that you have the right to remain silent because government is not your friend. The Constitution says that you have the right to an attorney and to a jury of your peers and to a speedy trial because government is not your friend. The Constitution does not say, however, that anything can and will be used against you. That's the government that says that because government is not and never will be your friend.
Declaration of Independence.